Have you ever had one of those days where you ended up sleeping so much only to end up horribly tired when you wake up anyway? Kind of defeats the purpose of a good night's sleep, doesn't it? Blah. So, needless to say, I'm not feeling all that great, and am really having to push myself to crank out this video. It's gonna be so forced. Summoner Monk. This is one of those cards that the TCG was waiting to receive for a good long while. We finally did in the Spellcaster's Command structure deck, but before that, the closest most TCG players could get to using the card was in the video games. In those games, it has always been known as Summon Priest, so the new name Summoner Monk came as a bit of a surprise, especially since this is one of those cards whose OCG name follows the redundant redundancy naming format, from which they usually just take the English sounding part for the TCG name. In this case, you'd expect Shokanso Samon Pristo to become Summon Priest, but I guess they just didn't like that name for whatever reason. Card name aside, Summoner Monk has been a contributing factor to the success of many decks in its time, most importantly Synchro Cat, in which it opened up the door to an easy OTK when it was at 2. Now that both Summoner Monk and Rescue Cat are at 1, and Dark Strike Fighter is banned, that problem doesn't exist anymore, thankfully. Even so, Summoner Monk is a very solid card that helps thin the deck, search any given level 4 monster for whatever purpose, and sets up easy synchro summons by either grabbing a tuner or grabbing Rescue Cat, which turns into 2 tuners, or 1 tuner and a non-tuner totaling a total level of 5, so you can make Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier for massive wrecking. Fun times. Being a spellcaster, Summoner Monk unlocks Arcanite Magician and Friends as synchro options, and being dark means it can be fed to Allure of Darkness if you find yourself not needing it anymore. You can fetch it with Sangan. All good things. I think it's fairly obvious that Summoner Monk is a very combo-intensive card. What it does isn't overpowered in and of itself. It's what the other cards do that really amplify the Monk's strength. I don't think there's really anything wrong with that, since we've got all the rigged combo pieces in check on the Forbidden Unlimited list at long last. In fact, I haven't seen this card used in a deck other than Synchro Cat for a long time, which is kind of depressing, although there are a lot of cards that haven't been seen for a while despite being powerful in theory. Summoner Monk probably won't remain in obscurity forever though. New level 4 monsters are always being released. It's only a matter of time before one comes up that has a great effect that doesn't require battling. Anyhow, that's all I've got to say, sadly. I'm sure you all have places you'd put this card that I'm not aware of, so feel free to comment. Later, guys.